Hello, Assalamu alaikum. मैं ना आपसे पूछना था कि did anyone had a chance to complete some part of the assignment जो आप लोगों को the day before yesterday दी थी? अगर आप में से किसी ने थोड़ी सी भी ट्राई किया तो मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि how well did everyone do?
Yes, sir, I've made it.
So is it okay and do you feel comfortable if I allow you to host your screen if you
Yes,
need
sir.
some time?
Yes,
Sure,
sir.
I will give you and again ये assignment ये नहीं है कि I'm gonna torture you guys या मैं आपको like I'm trying to degrade. It's just an effort to see how well you guys did and weak points kahan hai. So maybe we can all work together and fill in those weak points. I'm gonna make you the host, Rubai. Oh,
Vaisha.
Rubaisha, sorry. Rubaisha, my make host. There you go.
Okay. Sir, my screen is visible.
I have to stop mine first. Now you should be able to share your screen.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Let me refresh it.
Wow, you did an excellent job. आपने तो बिल्कुल like मेरे छोटे भाई ने बताया कि आपने तो बिल्कुल इसी तरह का जो है ना रेप्लिका कर दिया. Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Very nice, great. So, Vaisha, since you completed the whole page, how hard, कितना मुश्किल था, कितना time लगा आपको? Just for my own like information, so I can know that this is how much it takes. And this is your first time playing around with WordPress, or have you worked with WordPress before?
No, sir. This is my first time.
And
I made
time
it
लगा?
for about. I gave 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay.
40, yes.
Yeah. और आपको कितना लगा कि do you think is something very feasible without coding you were able to accomplish a page like this?
Sir, it was very easy. Everything was very easy.
So
Yeah.
do you understand like there is no actual training for WordPress? इस चीज का आपको मानना पड़ेगा. There is no training. There is no such. Everything is just आपकी creativity पे है. How did you end up?
नहीं सर, आपने जिस तरीके से समझाया था कि किस टूल को किस तरह यूज करना है वो बहुत हेल्पफुल था. मुझे टूल्स यूज करना नहीं आते थे, आपने जस्ट बेसिक्स टूल यूज करना बताया था और इससे हम लोग फिर कुछ भी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं if you have creativity.
And just to let you guys know, I am not a WordPress developer. मैं WordPress development नहीं करता. And I just happened to pick this up because I have मेरे पास younger twin brothers and they use WordPress. And I just saw them one day doing it, and I was like, how did you end up creating it so fast? And then they showed me once. And then I was like, if everybody knew how to do this, no one would learn HTML and CSS and end up weeks and weeks of writing code just to make one page.
Yes sir, HTML CSS और like बहुत ज़्यादा scratch से उसको बनाना पड़ता है, तो ये तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है WordPress.
So yeah, so nice. And I think for now, do you feel comfortable like आपको कोई सा भी page दे दिया जाए, you can easily replicate that because now you know how to obtain those images, the background images. You can easily create your own pages right now of any site given to you.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason. Okay, there you go. Ikra, do you want to share your screen or show us your work as much as you completed? It doesn't matter अगर एक line भी है. Oh, she says explain how you created this. I was absent. Sorry. Ikra
I was absent too.
Oh, you were absent too. Okay.
Yes.
So it's okay, Ikra. She says like, I think both of you are on the WhatsApp group, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you guys can actually help each other out over there. That was one of the main purposes. मैं
Sure.
WhatsApp से refrain नहीं करता हूँ because everybody's personal number is there. I try to make everybody go to Skype. So there you can hide your number or जिसको जो करना है, like it's easier to. But you guys were comfortable, so you guys can just schedule it over there. So yeah, let's start our session for today. Since she was absent, she didn't do it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ikra ने कहा था कि she had a relative that passed away. So Umair, Umair, she's still connecting. Let's wait to see if she has done any assignment, and we can look at her screen. अगर आप लोग सारे इतने ही comfortable feel कर गए हैं for the page builder, and the page builder is the hardest thing to get around with. If you can do that, मैं आप लोगों को बता रहा हूँ, 70% of your WordPress training is done if you can successfully use a page builder. That's all there is to WordPress.
सर लेकिन एक चीज है जो कि क्या कहते हैं उसको ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट राइट
Yeah, we're gonna go there today. Yep. हम उधर आज आपकी जो है ना, हम एक पेज बनाएंगे, आपका चेकआउट पेज बनाएंगे.
Okay.
And लेकिन मेन चीज वही है कि even if you go to e-commerce, Rubaisha, you're gonna end up creating or setting that product page using a page builder anyway. कि जो भी आपके प्रोडक्ट्स होंगे ना, अगर आप चाहती हैं कि आपके प्रोडक्ट की इमेज लेफ्ट कॉर्नर पे हो पेज के टॉप पे, you will actually have to make a sample product page, and then all your products will use that template from that sample product page.
Okay.
So again, everything revolves around the page builder, like, and the page builder is also used to make posts. जो आपकी post की templates होंगी, structure होगा, वो भी आप Elementor या Word WP Bakery से use करेंगे. Umaira, I think she is not able to connect to the audio. I think something over there. But let's start our session. Then I think we should just continue on. I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. And there you go. And okay, so I'm gonna minimize this. मैं अपना WP mute कर लूँ. आप लोगों ने वो page create कर लिया था. So now we're gonna create a dummy page, and we're gonna go to e-commerce. There's no point of. Do you guys need help looking at post as well to create a post? And post is just like a page. I'm gonna show you how you can use an Elementor. I don't know. It's gonna be a 1-minute demo because I think आप लोगों को पहले पता है page किस तरह बनाना है. So you guys will be able to do it. I'm gonna do localhost 8080 Amazon, and I'm gonna do WP admin. मैं इसका एक और भी खोल दूंगा इधर just for viewing. Test. जिस तरह आपने पेज क्रिएट किया ना, इसी तरह पोस्ट होते हैं. पोस्ट is presented in certain forms, sometimes as events, sometimes as blog posts, sometimes as news. Different themes used post in different forms. Or sometimes जो आपकी media post होती हैं, let's say if you were to work on a music website, some sort of radio website, you will be using post in the form of posting your music or audio files or your video files. So post has a lot of appearances that it can, or a lot of forms that it can take in. But regardless of any form it takes in, you can always edit it with a page builder, any page builder. It could be Elementor, it could be WP Bakery, it could be any third party. और हम post को भी देखते हैं कि हम इसको Elementor से किस तरह add करेंगे. So let's go and see our existing post. For some reason it gave me an error, but this is the post we created on the very first day, and we're going to use it. We're going to use Elementor on it. Did we go over this on how to create a post using Elementor, or we didn't? I think we used WordPress editor, but same, when you add a post, you want to put in a post or a news for our scenario, we can use Elementor on it. you have the option, or you can use the WP. I'm not gonna go in and edit this post because it's the same as the page builder. But the only thing you're gonna see over here, they will have a special section for commenting, and you will not be able to edit the comment section in any post or a review section, because this is something that's built in as a functionality of a post by WordPress, and no page builder can help you edit this. If you were to edit or this will be part of editing the theme itself, or you doing manual code changes and hard code changes, and we want to avoid doing any hard coding or programming, because the main purpose of teaching WordPress is that you don't have to code. But this will be the difference that you see in a regular page and in a post, that you will have the option to leave a review and comment. And that's exactly, it will follow the same as the page builder. And that's all there is to it for the post. And I'll give you an example of certain post. I think there was a website called that one of my brother was working on. It's called test.bharatfm.com. It was for India. India ka ek radio station hai. And one of my younger brother was actually working for this company. And let's see if we can log in. I also helped them develop some of the features. I helped them integrate the radio on this test site. And I'll show you a sample of post, and it will be very, so I think it was this menu called video menu, and they had another subcategory of the menu called bong beats. And if I open this, no, I think a date with ragas. This was the one that was working. Yep. So now if you look at the URL, it says filtered and it says date with ragas. And this is a post. This is a post category, date with ragas. This is a tag, a category, and it's gonna basically filter the whole website and fetch all the posts that have this tag called date with ragas. And now if we go there, there are two posts, 1 and 2. But look at this, how in this theme, the posts are appearing. These are different forms of posts. Each theme has its own form that we utilize, and this is one of them. So this is the one he created called Sayyid Test Video. He created this post, and let's open this post. And instead of opening in this page, I will open it into a new tab for our testing purpose. And let's see how this post open. And this is a video post in this theme. As you can see, that is QT video, and this is the name of the post. And what this post does is that it actually allows them to display a video instead of a text or a news. And as you can see, a video is being played. And I think it's a music video. Yep. And it has some text that follow with the post. Lorem with some text they put in. They have the comment section. Again, this is always available in a post, a comment, and a review section. And they have some sort of advertisement on the right side as a sidebar. But again, this is to show you different forms of posts. So post is just not a news post or a text post. You can use post to post videos, podcasts. They even have one for audio. It's called podcast. And I think this is the one where the bong beat filter was working. So this is another post type, podcast, and they're posting audio files in here. And again, they have two posts with the tag bong beats. And let's say a Hindi simple broadcast. And let's open this. And as you can see, this is the background image. This is the text, but the text is in such a color that's वो उसको overlap कर रहा है, and it kind of blends in. It's hard to see. But look, this is a regular post, but it has audio files, so it just has a simple player in it. कुछ fancy नहीं है, just a simple player. And let's play this. And this is an audio player running. A simple audio podcast. आजकल podcast बहुत चल रहे हैं, very famous. And they just created this, and everything was built in with this theme. They didn't individually develop this. And let's go inside this post and see how did they develop this. And I'm pretty much sure, knowing those two, they didn't develop anything. They just used a built-in feature just to get their job done. Let's see if we can log in through this. Again, for logging in is the URL of the website /wp.admin. और ये इसका domain है test.bharat.fm.com. This is, they're using the test instead of www because they don't want everybody to see this. They're building this website, so they're using a test domain. Oh, I have a login for this website. अब हम देखते हैं कि उनकी post किस तरह आ रही है. So जिस तरह is their menu is going to be a little different आप लोगों के menu से जो आप लोगों को currently नजर आ रहा है, because they have a theme installed in this, a paid theme. A paid theme comes with a lot of rich features, और कुछ उनमें से जो आपके अंदर missing होंगे, you can see them in a different color, like schedule, radio channel, shows, video, podcast, events, charts, because these were the resources or elements, or you can say features provided built in the theme. And again, this is the post tab, but they're not using the built-in WordPress post. इन्होंने अपनी post create की है for videos. They have a special tag called videos, and for the audio files they're using podcast. And this is just what we saw. Videos हमें वो string का music video नजर आया. Let's see how this post is acting, and this is a form of a post video. Now, if I click on all videos, it will show me all the posts that are a video category. And ये हमने देखा था सही test video strings का. And this is, now you can see it like a regular post, and it has a post ID. But on the front end, it doesn't even look like a post. And let's open this. Let's open this in a new tab actually. And here is a WordPress post. जो आपको WordPress के editor में नजर आ रही है. Yes, we could use Elementor to add or enhance this, but इन्होंने वो features off किए हुए हैं. They don't want you to use a page builder in to edit this, क्योंकि they have their own theme. जब आप front end पे देखें, वो इतना simple नहीं नजर आता. It's kind of fancy in the front end. But if you want to use an editor, you are allowed to use it. I think we can just do it from the screen options. Enable full high WP forms. They should allow us. Oh, visuals. Oh no, they don't. They don't actually allow us to use any editor on their custom defined post for this particular video post. They just want us to write a simple. I clicked on visual because it's easier to write here and you can see your changes, or you can use a text. And text you have to write little HTML codes. So just to avoid that, go to visual. ये text है जो हमें उसके post के नीचे नजर आ रहा है. And we will actually open this post to see where this text is. Let's say video hosting using DigitalOcean space. Let's see where this text is and what is open text. Let's find this text on the video post. And there it is. This is the text where it begins. यहाँ से post शुरू हो रही है. This text to highlighted है. It's right over here. And then all goes down to the reply and comment section. So if we go all the way down and we have this discussion, it says allow comments. And when I have this check mark checked, it will allow this comment box to appear. But if I don't want public comments, I will just disable this. And I can add my dummy comments by adding comments just to make the website look that it's a very aged website. A lot of people incoming, I can create dummy content. And the video URL. Oh, I think they custom uploaded this to our DigitalOcean hosting account. So this is a link of the video. This could be a YouTube link. This could be anything, but they're hosting it. But it has to be I mean, for our scenario, it could be a YouTube video which you downloaded in the form of MP4 or MP. I think it can support MPG and MP4 and MPEG. I'm not sure about MKV extension. But MP4 is the generic extension. So your video URL should end with an extension. So their built-in player can pick it up. It cannot be a YouTube link, but it can be a YouTube video. Basically, what I mean by a YouTube video and YouTube link is that if I open youtube.com and I say strings Pakistani song, and I want to download this song, I will actually open it. I will copy this link and I will Google and I will say, download YouTube video to MP4. And I will probably find one of the converters which is easy to use, paste the link here, click convert, or I will have an option, kiss frame rate. I will use the MP4, the highest rate that I have, 720p, and I will say get link, and it will give me a link to download this song. And then once it's downloaded, I will actually go to my media, go to library. I'm going to open this in a new tab so I don't lose this page. And I will add the downloaded MP4 song in my library. And I will do a select file and I will upload it over here. And once it's uploaded, I will have a link for that. And let's look at the link, library, or इस तरह का link बन जाएगा. So this is the video that we will upload, and this is how it will appear in the library. And I will have a link to this video. And if I open this, and there will be a link, file URL link right over here on the top. And I will click copy URL to clipboard. Now this. Walaikum salam.
सर आपकी आवाज कट रही है.
सबके लिए कट रही है या is everyone?
सर लेक्चर के सर नेटवर्क कनेक्शन नेटवर्क आ रहा है आपका इशू ना, तो आवाज आपकी बहुत कट रही है.
सर मुझे क्लियर आ रही है.
आई थिंक हम आपका वेट करते हैं. आप एक बार जूम मीटिंग से आउट होके इन हो सकती हैं.
ओके सर, आई विल ट्राई.
मैं आपका वेट करता हूँ.
ओके सर.
हाँ, आपको आवाज क्लियर आ रही है? अली हैदर.
यस सर, अब सही आ रही है.
ठीक है, वो आपकी मैं से नेटवर्क की साइड पे, लेकिन कभी कभी इशू हो जाता है. अगर आपको ऐसा कोई इशू आए तो प्लीज मुझे ना नोटिफाई कर दें कि मैं स्टॉप कर दूं, ताकि आप लोग लॉग आउट होके लॉग इन हो जाएं दोबारा.
ओके.
हाँ, डोंट बी शाय टू आस्क.
थैंक यू सो मच.
नो प्रॉब्लम. तो लाइक आई वाज सेइंग, आपने कोई चीज तो नहीं बीच में मिक्स की? आपको यहाँ तक तो समझ है ना कि हाउ टू अपलोड एन MP4 वीडियो एंड हाउ टू गेट अ लिंक फॉर दैट यूजिंग द फाइल URL ओवर हियर. Right.
सर इशू आ रहा था तो वो ना वीडियो थोड़ी थोड़ी काटी थी, तो एक आप दोबारा बता दें.
So, आपको यहाँ तक तो है ना क्लियर कि ये जो वीडियो की हम पोस्ट पे कर रहे थे कि हाउ टू पोस्ट अ वीडियो, कि ये इसके पोस्ट पे हमने डिस्कस किया था कि यहाँ कमेंट सेक्शन है और नीचे URL है MP4 की, एंड देन आई शोड यू हाउ टू डाउनलोड अ YouTube MP4, राइट? वो आपको कवर किया था आपने? वो आपको समझ आ गई थी जब तक हमने YouTube की वेबसाइट से लिंक लिया था डाउनलोड करने के लिए MP4? आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
सर नेटवर्क का इशू आ गया, तो
फिर एक काम करते हैं, लेट मी कंटिन्यू ऑन विद द लेक्चर एंड
ओके सर.
एंड वो रिकॉर्ड हो जाएगा लेक्चर, एंड द नेक्स्ट मीटिंग वी कम इन. अगर उस लेक्चर में से आपको किसी चीज की समझ
सर आवाज कट रही है फिर से.
आप फिर लॉग आउट होके लॉग इन होती रहे. मैं
आज नेटवर्क का इशू मैं
जी, तो आप फिर मैं आपको ये रेकमेंड करूंगा, आई विल कंटिन्यू ऑन विद द लेक्चर. लेक्चर रिकॉर्ड हो जाएगा, आप रिव्यू कर लें. अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है आप व्हाट्सएप पे मुझसे पूछ सकते हैं, ग्रुप में से किसी से भी.
ओके सर. ओके सर. ओके सर, मैं आपसे पूछती हूँ.
ठीक है. सो लेट्स कंटिन्यू ऑन वेयर वी लेफ्ट. तो हमने कहा था कि हमने वीडियो अपलोड की यूजिंग द मीडिया लाइब्रेरी बिल्ट इन WordPress. और once any kind of media is uploaded, उसका एक link generate हो जाता है. We're gonna copy this link. Wait, sorry, I think I opened up the wrong one. This is a JPEG file. ये image file है. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back. और मैं video file ढूंढूंगा. Which one is the video file? And I can do one thing over here. मैं इसकी लिस्टिंग की फॉर्मेट चेंज करता हूँ. How I want to view it, I want to view it in square cubes in a grid mode. तो मैं इसको grid mode में view करूँगा instead of a listing. I can view more content that way. And I'm gonna also do one thing over here. मैं इसको ना video, I just want to view the videos. I don't want to view any other thing. And this is the video that we uploaded before. I'm gonna open this. It will allow me to play the video over here just to view it. और उसका link ये है, नीचे file URL. I'm just gonna copy this. They have a copy button over here. And I will go all the way bottom and I will paste it right over here. And that's all I have to do to get this video posted over there. And now this video, which is hosted on my own WordPress site, will be available here on the built-in player for this video post. And adding a filter, this is what I did. Date with Ragas. This is the filter I added. Like this, and I clicked on add. And when I'm doing post, especially post, you want to group similar post with a similar tag. In this way, when we try to fetch those posts, they will show them in groups. So what I did was that in the front end website, let's say for the videos, a date with Ragas, I created this menu. And what I told the menu was that inside this menu URL, if I click over here, मैंने mention किया था कि only bring in those posts and filter those posts which have this tag. And we can use a filter function over here. This is a theme built-in functionality. This is not something that WordPress does or WordPress usually does. ये theme के अंदर built-in functionality थी. I read the theme documentations how to do that. या उनकी मैंने एक sample post देखी, and from there I learned this is how they're doing it. And we will go in depth with this, how to use menus and this right after this post scenario. And I will teach you how to use the menus and how to use these URLs to get the post you want. But basically, this is one form of post, the video post. And इसकी image भी एक लगाई हुई है, featured image column right over here. अगर हम इस पे click करेंगे, it takes us to the media library. उसके अंदर मैंने जितनी images हैं वो मैं देख सकता हूँ. And I just pointed to this and I click on this set featured image. I'm gonna not do it now, but this is what I did. And I can see this image on my post. On my video post, ये देखें post की पीछे ये image नजर आ रही है आपको. और उसके बाद मैंने text लिखा है सही test video. And let's see this text right over here. ये मेरी heading है post की सही test video. And whatever heading I put here, I would see it over here. Again, इसके अंदर एक थोड़े likes की functionalities हैं, ये heart बनी है. This is something built in the theme, and if someone likes your post, you will see a plus on the little heart icon over here. And now if I go down, इसका order है. By default, post attribute का order 0 है. But if I were to start giving different numbers to different posts, ये post की hierarchy बन जाएगी और line बन जाएगी कि this post should appear on top. The lower the number, the more on top of the page this will appear. कहने का मतलब ये है कि if there's like 100 posts over here and I name this 0, तो ये सबसे top of the page पे ये नजर आएगी. This will be the first post shown. But if I put in 0 in every post, then the latest post that is added according to the date, it will display first. And that's what we want to do unless we have a specific requirement for the client. They want to show these. And that's how simple this theme has a post built in. Different themes have different way of showing posts. And let's see one more thing. They have another called shows. And this is also a form of post. We're not going to go in depth, but I'm just going to show you how different this post is from these posts. So let's say this is the current show. I'm going to edit this just to show you how different this post is. As you can see, it has a title, it has a body text, it has a custom background header that we can choose, it has a subtitle, it has a subtitle too, it has another description for another content inside. It is allowing us, which is our podcast archive page, choose it over here, news archive page, related team members, if we have any team member we added on the DJs and the RJs, we can select here. We can add further members, associated members. So there's a lot of custom function built-in abilities. So here is some social media icons we can add to our post. They put in pound key. A pound is used just to fill in a dummy site. If you don't want to fill in a link to a website currently, but you want to have that feature still be available and visible on WordPress, we just put in the pound symbol. It means that I want to display the Facebook social media share icon, but I don't have a URL for that page now. So I will just put in a pound. So this can appear. And we have excerpt. These are small summaries and the author who created this post. And I can even put in a slider, revolution slider. This will allow me to select a slider, which will display a image carousel. And if I go back to the right-hand side, it has generics. These are again tags, and we can add these as many as we want to a single post. And this will allow us to group these. But look at the page order. They want this to show as a fifth order, the developer who made this. And he is also putting in a YouTube video, a link to the YouTube video in the post as well. And now let's go look at the show post. Okay, जो इनका shows की category की post है, how different does it look? So it is a background image. It has the post name. It has presented by DJ Martin. And if you go back here, and presented by DJ Martin is the subtitle too, right over here. And bring the club at home is the title that's showing in the body at the bottom. But you see how differently this post is designed. So if I click on read more, it will open the remaining content. The YouTube video link that we saw, starting from here, and then this lorem is some $sit text, which will follow right after that. And it had a read more button that was added there. So the page doesn't go all the way down, and you can further read more. And it's just showing related news and podcasts. It's just showing the footer of the show post. And these are the, if I click on read more, these are the social media icons that I was speaking. They have a pound. If you look, if I hover my mouse and you look at the left corner of the screen right over here, you will see pound at the last part of the link. That this button or this social media share icon only contains a pound instead of a link. And that's what we did over here on the page. So let's say if I were to remove the Flickr, I was able to remove the Last FM, social media share, Pinterest, SoundCloud. I remove it and I add Twitter. My Twitter का सिर्फ icon देखना चाहता हूँ just for my viewing purpose. How does the Twitter icon look on the front end? I will just put in a pound symbol. And this is more than enough for that icon to be visible. So right now, if we look at it, we have a Facebook, but we don't have a Twitter and YouTube. We have other social media share icons. But I want to see how a YouTube and a social and a Twitter icon would look. I just want to show my client how it looks. I'm just gonna go here. I'm just gonna put a pound symbol, and now they'll be visible because now WordPress, what WordPress thinks is that I'm putting a link here, but I don't want to put in a dummy link that takes a client to the wrong website. I just want to put in a link that doesn't work. So pound is kind of a replacement for a link that does not work. And the Facebook was there for work. So I'm gonna go ahead and update this. And I'm gonna go here and refresh this page. So this is also part of the scheduled show. They have a timing. This is built-in feature in the theme. And it also shows this post at the bottom. Now, if I look at it, now I see Facebook, I see Twitter, and I see YouTube, and all the other ones are gone because I removed the pound key. So if I click on it, it should open the same page again because it's either pound. From a lot of the theme, if you click on it, nothing will happen. But if something happens, it will open the same page again. And this is just an example to show you how many different types of posts there are. And there could be even more depending on the channel you're on. I mean, I'm sorry, on the theme you're on. They could have different various form of post, and places is also another form of post. Charts is another form of post. Sponsor is another form of post. Event is another form of post. Your team member is a type of post as well. But these are all different types of posts that the theme has built in. So basically, at the end of the day, your whole WordPress site is built of pages and posts. And all posts and pages are editable by theme, by the theme built-in functionality or by a page builder like Elementor. And if you don't have anything built in, you can force it to use an Elementor by going into the general manager role of the folder and make sure that page builder and post are checked. And this website, let's see what this uses. Does this use Elementor or this use WP Bakery? So this website uses a page builder called WP Bakery page, which is very similar to Elementor, but this is in functionality wise, this has more rich features. It's a little complicated to use, but we will check now. Again, ये बिल्कुल Elementor की तरह same concept. अगर अपने page build करना है, post करनी है, you can either use Elementor or WP Bakery. ये दोनों सबसे best famous है. WP Bakery allows you to do more than what Elementor allows. It has a lot of rich and built-in features, but then again, basic version has limitation, paid version has more. Let's go into this website, test.bharatfm.com, and let's try to see if we can edit a page using WP Bakery. Oh, there you go. We have a page here. And now let's edit this page with WP Bakery. So if I click on this page and it is edit with WP Bakery page builder, I can edit the page directly from over here. Or my other option is I'm going to close the remaining one. I can go here. I can go to the pages and review all pages. And I can select my home page from the list of pages I see here. And remember, in a real theme, you will see more than 20, 30 pages. So this is my home page, and this is the front page. On the pages, I can see a sign that this is my current home front page. It tells me this is my default landing front page. This is a message from WordPress. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click edit. And this is what I see. And this is how a WP Bakery page, you can see it. It's different from the WordPress. It's different from Elementor. Elementor allows you to edit only on the front end. WP Bakery allows you to edit on the back end and the front end. If I want to have a similar situation of editing using something like Elementor, I can use it by using the front end editor. So let's open this. And you will see how similar this is to Elementor once I open this. And there you go. This theme particularly doesn't allow me to use WP Bakery on the front end. That's why I'm not seeing anything on the Elementor. It would force me to do it on the back end. Again, this is a limitation. If I don't see any edit or pencil sign here that allows me to edit any of these elements here or the post, it means that the theme is not allowing me to use on the front end. But this is how I would actually update and edit the front end, just like Elementor. Elementor की screen left side पे होती है menu पे. WP Bakery has a top bar on the front, and I can edit it, but it won't allow me to drag and drop elements like an Elementor would do. It would only allow me to edit the content, like कोई text होगा उसको मैं edit कर सकता हूँ front end पे. So there's limitation what I can do on WP Bakery. That's why I don't tell my candidates or students to use WP Bakery. If you want a front end editor, Elementor is the best thing you can get. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to go back to the back end editor. And this is where it will allow me to create rows, edit rows, add elements. So let's say we have this show on air. This is a theme built-in element, like a drag and drop element. And how did I get this? How can you add this on a WP page builder? It's very easy. They added a row and they use the plus symbol, just like you would do to in Elementor. And it opens up all the different elements that you can add, just like your Elementor. Some are theme built in, like the pink ones. All the pink and black elements are something that the theme provided to page builder that they can be used. Text block, hoverbox, icon, Facebook tweet, library tweet, these are all WordPress, WP Bakery page builder default elements. They have a raw HTML elements. They have more, and all the one beginning with W are WordPress elements that become default built-in WordPress. And these are all the elements that they allow us to use. WP Forms, this is a plugin that I added in this WordPress site, and I can even see a drag and drop form that I can use in this WP page builder. So I'm not going to go too much into WP Bakery page builder, but it's something very similar. If you want to start a new page, you will do something very similar with Page Elementor. So let's go and see if we can install WP Bakery on our sample page, just to give you guys an idea. But remember that don't have two page builders activated at the same time. Only have one, otherwise it will cause issues. So we have an update, and always make sure your plugins are updated. I'm going to update this since there was an update. It should be done in less than 30 seconds. And I'm going to deactivate this. WP Bakery is mostly premium. When it comes to update, they won't allow you to update it. They will force you to use a premium. I'm not even sure it's free anymore, but let's see if it is. I'm going to deactivate this. I'm going to give another reason, submit and deactivate. And I'm going to try to see if WP Bakery is still free. I'm going to click enter. I'm going to click search for WordPress. No, I think it's paid. Yep, they still have it paid. It's not free anymore. इसके icon यहाँ पर नजर आ रहे हैं effect के, but it's not. But it used to be called Visual Composer. But this is the other one. This is not the WP Bakery. But there are other page builders over there, but I don't want to use this. But let's see if this can actually install WP Bakery. Activate. Yeah, this is a different one. ये वो नहीं है. WP Bakery is a paid one. That's the only issue. कई themes के अंदर वो built-in आती है, and the themes that have WP Bakery built-in, a good advice is not to install Elementor on it. उसको आप WP Bakery से ही build करें. And I thought I can show you an example here. No, but I'm going to go back to theme for test.bharatfm.com, and let's try to create a dummy page over there. I'm going to go to my dashboard. You guys will not have the option to do this, but I will actually show you. I'm just going to create one element on it so we don't waste too much time. I'm going to click and add a new page. And I'm going to call this test builder page. And I'm going to assign a slug to it. Why am I not getting a slug? Oh, I have to publish it first. Okay. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close these messages. And now I have a slug, a permalink for test builder page. So अब हम इसको WP Bakery का backend editor use करते हैं. This is what mostly used. And this is what do you want to do? You want to add a template. You want to add a text block. You want to add an element. I will start with an element. I will enter an empty row first, which is always good. Elementor does this for you. WP Bakery does not. So I added a row. In this row, this Elementor के अंदर है, I can add it image or a text block. Let's add an image. I can search for an image. It's a single image. And ये मुझे मेरी media library में option देगा select करने का. किसी का मैसेज स्पीकर ऑन हो गया है and it's repeating. So let's add an image. Let's do Bollywood Weekly image. Let's set this image. And it allows you to use several options on the image. How do you want the image size to be? You can actually mention a thumbnail size. You can actually mention widths by 200 by 100 like dimensions. You want to add a caption. How do you want the alignment? How do you want the image style to be? Do you want a round border? Do you want a round outline? Do you want a round shadow? Do you want a default? how do you want your image to display? Let's say round border. It will have round border gray hair. On click action. If someone clicks this image, what do you want to do? Do you want the image to be larger? Do you want a pretty photo? Do you want to open up a custom link? Do you want them to zoom in? You can do a lot of actions. CSS animation. These are animations that you did on Elementor. How do you want the image to appear? Like bounce in, come from the left, come from the right? Do you want it to flip? And then you could give them element IC and extra class. We're not going to go over these two, but it also has design options. Do you want to add spacing? Just like you can control more to the, how do you want the image to be placed? More to the left, more to the right? How much space do you want to add on the padding side? Do you want to have color on those spaces that you want to add? Do you want to have a background image on the space that you create? If we're creating empty white space, if we're trying to say that push it more to the left, जितना वो उसको left push करेगा, जितना वो बीच में 1-2 इंच का गैप रह जाएगा, do you want to fill in with an image or you just want to leave it blank? ये है वो background image. So WordPress WP Bakery has a lot of powerful options, more than Elementor, but is more complicated to use. So now I have an image. And the good thing about WP Bakery is to copy and duplicate an element. We have to just hover our mouse, wait for the green card, and we can move this. We can edit this. We can duplicate this. Now we will have 2 images. And we can even remove one of them just by clicking cross. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to add another text block. And I'm going to say image heading text block. I can design this. I can give them different colors, schemes, text scenarios, but we're not going to go into it. And I'm going to update this. And now I'm going to open to see how this page looks like. This is the text I created. This is the round image that we created, and this is how it appears. I didn't add any spacing, that's why it's very unorganized. But if I were to organize it, I would actually click here, edit the text, put it in middle aligned, paragraph middle aligned, just like you would do in your Word document, save it, single image. What I would do is that I will actually edit this. I can go design option. No, I can do alignment, image alignment. It's on the left. I will do this center and I will save. And I will do the same thing here. Do it center and save. अब इनके दरमियान में gap नहीं है. I want to add gap. I have 2 ways to add a gap. I can either click on each one of these individual items, and I can go to the design option and I can add padding up and down, maybe 10 pixels up and down, and it will automatically create gap. इस image के top पे और bottom पे 10 pixel का gap बन जाएगा. But I don't want to do this. It's too much to manage on each and every individual item. There's an easy way. We can use spacers. And spacers are elements. So we're going to click on plus. We're going to click on space. So they have a spacer. It's called an empty space, or you can use a theme built-in spacer. We're going to go with the theme built-in spacer. And I'm going to copy this plus enter. और वो हमसे पूछेगा कितने size का spacer. It doesn't allow me to use pixels for this specific theme क्योंकि ये theme का built-in and it's giving me a small, medium, large. I'm going to use medium for the first one. I'm going to click save. So after the heading, I want to put in a medium size spacer, but between the images, I want to put a small size spacer. So instead of clicking plus and adding the spacer again, I can just duplicate this one time, move it between the images, and then change it to small. And click save changes. And now I'm going to update this. I'm going to go to my page. I'm going to refresh this. So now this is in the middle. The images have space in between small, but the gap between the text and the image is more than between the 2 images because we use a medium size. These are small and medium spaces. So there's more size. There's more space in between them. And this is how we can keep editing and enhancing this, just like the way you did with Elementor. If you like a page, I can go right click, inspect element, grab the images, grab the background color, and just create my page just like Elementor. But this is a more powerful tool. It has a lot of extensions and you can do a lot more than Elementor can do over here. But then again, WP Bakery Page Builder is the premium paid plugin. It's not free. Elementor is free. It used to be free, but I couldn't find it free again. Now it comes built-in theme. But if you find a theme which has WP Bakery built in, use it. Don't go for Elementor. Use this. This is very similar to Elementor. And you can have more control over whole sections. Like if I wanted to move this whole section, I can just drag and drop and move it. If I have multiple sections, multiple rows, multiple columns, I can define it from here, predefined templates. I can add elements. I can even take this whole column and edit the designing of the whole column. So all the elements in this column, I can add padding and add background images and everything. So if I take this whole row, for example, this whole row that I created initially, and I click on edit, and I want to say I want to add an image behind this whole row, I can do that. All I need to do is go here, use a parallax image, and I do a simple one, and I click image, and let's say I use this image. तो ये जितने भी मैंने 3 elements बीच में डाली हैं, spacer की और 2 images की, it will have this image behind. Let's do it. Let's update it. And let's refresh it. Now you see there's an image box behind. So WP Bakery has a lot of options. Like the more you go into it, the more you can search for it, YouTube tutorials and everything, the more you're gonna learn. This is very vast. और इसके अंदर और भी plugins that go into WP Bakery, and the more options you will see. Another option that I want to show you on Elementor, and it's called the raw HTML. You can take any HTML code, you can paste it here, and it will show you, it will become a part of the element. Elementor has this, so we're gonna go back to Elementor. किसी को WP Bakery में कोई question है before I close this part? Or adding an image or things that we saw on Bharat FM on different types of posts we had. We have the video posts, the podcast, the shows, we did WP Bakery. In चारों पांचों में से किसी को कोई question हो, ask please. No one, no questions? So good, I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna go here back to Elementor. And we have our testing and quality assurance page. I'm just want to edit this page. Oh, मैंने वो में से Elementor disable कर दिया है. How to activate it? I'm going to refresh this. Edit with Elementor. There is a specific option over here called HTML. WP Bakery has a raw HTML. It's called HTML. So if I put this HTML column here, what it does is that it allows me to paste HTML code here. You don't actually have to type any HTML code, but there's HTML code available that sometimes you want to use. And I will give you a good example of HTML. I'm going to go back to test.bharatfm.com and I'll show you where I use that HTML code. Actually, I won't even show you. I will just do one. Twitter allows you, but if you ever use Twitter, Twitter can then, if you want to post your tweets on a website, Twitter gives you an option to use a Twitter plugin in WordPress. जिसके अंदर आप अपना Twitter का account name डालेंगे, password डालेंगे, and it will allow you to show tweets. But there's even an easier way to do it. It's called Twitter feed embed. If you just Google this, I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna click publish Twitter. What would you like to use? It's called publish.twitter.com, and it has the option what would you like to embed. And embed means that वो आपको एक HTML कोड देगा जो आप अपने किसी भी वेबसाइट के अंदर डालें, and a small section of website will have your Twitter feed. So let's open up a page that we know that we want to embed. So we go here, we open up the OpenMaven Twitter page, and we want the feeds from over here to be placed on our website. So I'm going to give the URL of the Twitter feed for OpenMaven, and I'm going to click on next. And now it says that how do you want to display your Twitter feed? Do you want to display it with Twitter buttons, or you just want to say an embed timeline? I like this embed timeline. I'm going to click here, and that's it. It gave me an HTML code, and it told me just copy and paste this code and use it. And this is how it would look. And I can even set customization options here and make it as much as length and width I want. So I said I don't want it more than 300 in. So in case I don't want it more than 300 height. So you see now it's not too big. It's something small that can fit in, but look how long it is. I don't want it that long. I just want to display maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 lines, no more than that. Otherwise it'll be too big. So I'll put something like it can have more than 600 pixels of height. So 600 is, I see a fourth one over here. So it's 1, 2, 3 feeds, 4. So I think I might need to do 500. So I have to play around with it. And there you go. 500 just fits in. So I'm going to click on update. Now I have a new code generated for me. I double click on it, it copied, or I can just click on copy code. And I can go back to my Elementor and I can type in this code. And as you can see the Twitter feed appearing over here. And now that is without you guys actually typing in any code. You're still copy and pasting at this moment. So if I click on advanced and I want to make this in the middle or somewhere where I can add more HTML codes today, I can just change the padding and options from here. And you guys already know how to use this. But over here, we just pasted this and we clicked on paste, save. And now if I open this page again, sample page that we were working on 12 test and quality insurance. And there you go. There's a live HTML feed that we did here. It scrolls down. We set the margins for it. And we used HTML code inside using Elementor. And it is there. So you can use that raw HTML tab or HTML element tab in Elementor to add raw HTML, which you might have. And again, if you can get access to a script, an HTML script, I would prefer using this instead of a plugin. Because plugin में आपकी website पे load बढ़ेगा, you have more things to manage, plugins get out of date, sometimes they don't work, but a simple HTML code provided by Twitter or any other company that you're trying to implement the code for is the best possible solution you can do instead of adding a plugin, managing the plugin, updating the plugin. The plugin is not compatible with the new version of PHP. That plugin is not compatible with the new version of WordPress. You will run into so many issues and your website will be a tidy more slower with plugins. And I avoided using a Twitter plugin. And I just got the embed code from Twitter itself. Facebook does the same thing. Instagram does not do the same thing. But Facebook will allow you to do the same thing and add another. I can maybe use some margin space here. Oops, sorry, in between. Where did I put that? Oh, it did not work. So I can put a margin space in between this column and add another column and put the Facebook feed here. Or यहाँ मैं इसको अपनी website के footer पे भी लगा सकता हूँ. You can also put this on the footer of the website. And now that's what we're going to cover. Footer, menu, and other options. We're going to cover menu today. We're not going to go into footer. It will be too long of a session. But this is how to use HTML. Any questions on using HTML inside Elementor? किसी का कोई question हो? No, simple, easy. So let's go back to our website and let's work on the menu part. And we're going to try to wrap this up in the next 2 days as much as we can. Probably by the weekend, you guys will be done. The class will be over, but if you guys still want to meet to discuss any further options on employment or freelancing and how to enhance this session will keep occurring, so you can feel free to join. So this is the menu bar. This menu bar was pre-built in. I think, if any student can share me, did we go over the menu or we did not go over the menu? I don't want to repeat something I did over again and waste you guys' time. कोई बता सकता है कि मैंने menu आपको सिखाया नहीं सिखाया?
No, sir, we did not.
I did not. Okay, so good. Let's go over menu because I just saw this button created over here, menu button. So I thought maybe I did, but no. Okay, so menu is very easy. Menu is always on all themes and all WordPress versions, appearance में जाके menu का option है. It could be available other, but this is the main place to access menu. You click on menus, and it will show you all the menus that are available. In our scenario, we never created a menu. The menu is basically all the pages that were created in WordPress. It's just displaying them over here. So let's create a new menu. Let's say this is my main menu, and I'm going to name it 1, or I'm going to name it test. I'm going to get a main test menu. I'm going to remove this, and ये मेरा primary menu है. This will always be displayed on the first page, and I want to make sure that you always have one primary menu selected. So since I don't have any menu, it says create your first menu message over here. I will create this, and I'll click on create menu, and my menu is created. Simple as that. And I'm going to save this menu. So now it's asking me, what do you want to show on your menu? I don't have a lot of pages in this website. I have 3 pages, and I want all 3 of them to be displayed into this menu. And I click add to menu, idhar aake. I can even display post from here on the menu if I want to. I can display custom links. I can display different categories, but I'm going to click on page. ये most recent का tab है, but you can view all your pages using the old page, view all page, or you can search for a particular page. If you have like 110, 120 pages, I can type here like ABOUT, and will tell me like about. It will show me these are the pages. I will check them and click add to menu, और वो menu में add हो जाएंगे. So these are the 3 menus I will see in this order. But I also want to see my home page. I don't have a home page. So if I click on view all, and I click home and I click add to new, and I will see my home page over here. So testing order about us, and then a sample page. I will probably click over here. I can drag and drop and change their orders, and I can even make them part of a sub menu just by dragging and drop. For example, I can make these 2 sample pages, I can make them part of a sub menu, but let's see how they appear on here. हमने इसको save किया. Home page is first, testing is second, sample is third, and about is fourth. So let's refresh this page. So there you go. Home is first, testing is second, sample is third, and about is fourth. Now the order changed upon defining a menu. What if a client says that, hey, can you take the testing and sample page and convert it into a services menu? And when someone hovers their mouse over services or clicks services, they see these tools and drop down. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if I open this website, a sample website, if it ever opens today, and if I hover my mouse over to services, I want to leave the sample page and the testing page as a drop down, as sub menu items. And this is what we call this. This is the main menu, and these are sub menu items. We want to see them in this format. So let's give them let's make them child elements of the main menu, call them sub menu items. So, but we don't have a services page. We never created a services page because we never needed a services page. So sometimes अगर आप लोगों को request आ जाए कि they want a service tab on top of the page, but you don't need that page, you can create something called custom link. And these are menus that do not have a page attached to them, but you just want them to be there to group certain pages together. So let's create something called, and services is one such option. And for these custom menu tabs that you want to create, which do not have a page, are not clickable, you always want to use a pound symbol. So it means that there's no link for it. Never leave them empty. And I click on add to menu. So it will create a custom menu which does not open any link at all upon clicking because we put a pound symbol. And what will I do is that मैं इसको home screen के ऊपर ले जाऊंगा. I'm just gonna try to do this, and it is aligned under the home. और ये जो testing and sample page है, drag it a little to the right underneath services, and just make sure you see that indent कि ये बिल्कुल उसके नीचे नहीं है, a little to the right. So for example, अगर ये हमारा sample page नीचे है, I will drag it and I can see the dotted lines नीचे कि ये बहुत ज़्यादा ये testing वाले page का भी sub menu item बनना है. We don't want that. So I'll drag it to the little to the left until I see it directly under the services page, or you will have to play around with it. So it there you go. अब देखिए अब बिल्कुल the dotted line is right under testing. So this is how I want it. And now if I click save menu, what I'm doing is that I'm creating one button called home, one menu tab called home, another menu tab which does not work because we put in a pound symbol and just used for the UI representations called services. And under services, I'm putting 2 submenu items. Then I have my third menu item called about us, menu tab called about us. And I'm going to click save menu. And let's see how it appears here. See, now I have home. I have the main services tab. If I hover my mouse, I see testing quality page and sample page. And these are clickable. So if I click on testing quality page, you see it appears here. And I added a tweet, but you guys actually did the whole assignment. So you will have a very full page, but I just added a tweet today. And that's what I see here. And if I click on sample page, it will take me to the sample page. I click on about us. We have the simple about us where we added the images and the button tutorial. Any questions on the grouping of these page? And just be careful. Anyone had a question?
सर
Okay.
सर हम एक वेबसाइट पे एक से ज्यादा प्लगइन इंस्टॉल करके उनको यूज कर सकते हैं?
क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, कौन सी प्लगइन?
एक वेबसाइट के लिए
जी
एक से ज्यादा प्लगइन्स यूज करके
Yes.
इंस्टॉल करके यूज कर सकते हैं?
आप जितनी दिला प्लगइन्स यूज कर ले, पर अगर प्लगइन्स को आप अवॉइड कर सकती है ना, तो उसको अवॉइड करना चाहिए.
अच्छा,
तो ट्विटर का मैं आपको एग्जांपल दिया है. मुझे पता था ट्विटर का ना एम्बेड कोड मिल जाता है. दिस इज समथिंग आई न्यू बिफोरहैंड. अब आई थिंक some of you might know, some of you don't, like might not know कि ट्विटर आपको एम्बेड प्लगइन देता है. So you guys will end up installing a plugin for it, right? मुझे पता था कि इसके अंदर प्लगइन की जरूरत नहीं है. I can just use the HTML generated for that. Again, if you can avoid a plugin, you should.
ओके
वो वेबसाइट पर बस एक्स्ट्रा लोड डाल देते हैं.
ओके
और अगर आपको नहीं पता, you have no other options, then you have to use a plugin. उसके अलावा कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है हमारे पास. So any question regarding the menu? सबको समझ आ गई ना कि it's very simple drag and drop menu. So if we want to make a sample page, a further sub menu item of the testing page, we will just drag it to little to the right. और जिस तरह आप देख लें इसका indent structure, it will become a further sub item of test and quality. So now if I go here, oh, I have to refresh this. So I will be able to click the test and quality page, or test and quality page bhi khulega, and further it has another page called a sample page, and I can click on this and open this. So you can create as many layers as you want, and I can have another layer which opens up another layer in front of sample. And this can keep continuing going on, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to have more than 1 or 2. You have to keep the website as simple as much as you can for the client. Maybe you can add one more indent to do it, but don't add more than 2 or 3 indents.
सर हम लोग मेन्यू बनाते हैं और मेन्यू के अंदर हमने सब मेन्यू भी दे दिया, लेकिन
जी.
उसकी जो स्टाइलिंग होगी वो थीम के अकॉर्डिंग होगी या हम एलिमेंटर से वो भी?
Elementor won't allow you to change the menu. आपकी मेन्यू है वो आपकी जो आपने थीम परचेज किया होगा, which we will go over tomorrow. Like we will cover all the appearances and themes part. कि थीम कहाँ से परचेज की है, किस तरह की. I will give you some free sample themes. It always follows the theme, but there are certain plugins, Rubaisha, like Uber menu, that will allow you to create your own custom menu by using drag and drops and clicks, and you can design your own menu. And such a work, I will show you a website जो मुझे बहुत पसंद आई. I like their menu, and they used Uber menu plugin in WordPress to develop their theme. And I'm trying to copy their menu for my own website, and I'm having a hard time. It is very complicated. But this is a website called algoworks.com. And if you click on, just hover your mouse, see how their menu is? It looks like a page itself. And this is a custom design menu, not by coding, by using drag and drop of Uber menu plugin. And now I'm going to ask you, जब मैंने इनका plugin का ये मैंने इनका menu देखा, I was so impressed. I said, how did they create this? मैंने समझा कि ये HTML CSS use कर रहे हैं. Then one day I sat down and I right clicked on one of their items and I clicked inspect element. And what happened was on the inspect element, they had these on the menu tab, they had something called Uber menu. What I did was I copied this, Rabisha. I Googled what is Uber menu in WordPress. और आप देखेंगे इधर एक खुल गई website WP Mega Menu, and they were using this plugin. This is a paid plugin for WordPress, and it allows you to design your menu as you want. It will allow you to customize, और आप अपने theme के menu को override कर सकते हैं, just the way they did it. ये अपने theme के menu को नहीं use करे. They used a plugin called Uber Menu, which is a mega menu plugin, and they created their own theme on it. And they're using this. So Uber Menu is very similar to WP Bakery Elementor, but वो खाली menu create करने के काम आता है. And again, it has a free version, I think, but it's very limited. And we can probably search here. This is the plugin. If you go to plugin, I'm going to open this in a new tab. And let's click on Uber Menu. इनका free version है या they only do paid? Yeah, they only do paid, I think. Either I need a Uber menu. Yep, they're only paid. So there are a lot of other plugins, but this is one plugin that I found a few days ago that I really like. But this is just to show you guys an example with plugins, by adding plugins or finding the right plugins, you can make such a difference to your website. And this is a very neat menu that I like. Dark Army Studios ka jo menu hai, as you can see, this is a built-in theme menu. It blends in with the theme, and this is something that the theme provided. And the theme that you guys will download will have all these features available for you guys. And again, on the menu and header part, we call this the header part. There will be different styles that the theme provides. Not just one style. Your built-in theme or your purchase theme will provide you different ways. There will be another style saying that you do home services button, and instead of displaying on the left side, we can display it on the right side and display the call button on the left side. They will give you those options. When tomorrow we will try to install a few themes, and we will try to edit a few things in each theme just to give you guys a comfortable feeling. And I will also give you access to those themes as well, so you can install them on your local machine. And in this way, you guys will have a better understanding. But yeah, everything is customizable with the right plugin. And the next is the primary menu. We also have something called the footer menu and the top menu. And I'm going to show you what the footer menu and top menu is. This is the footer menu that you see on the bottom. So you can create a menu that displays on the footer part. And these are the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages that we added here. So let's create one to give you an example. Let's create a new menu. I'm going to say leave this page, and I'm going to say my front page. What was our main test menu, right? We're going to say footer test menu. And we're going to click this as a footer menu. I'm going to create menu. And on the footer page, हम सिर्फ हम सारी pages डाल देते हैं. Select all and click add to menu. And we're going to click save menu. And let's say if this theme supports a footer menu, जो हमें free का theme लिया था. And there you go. ये देखें सारे आगे नीचे at the bottom. But इसकी जो theme की presentation is different from the paid themes. It's a simple theme. That's why you just see 4 different links here. So ये footer menu है. ये नीचे हम links देते हैं इस तरह. But with the purchase theme, you will have more control over what content you see. And tomorrow, again, when we play around with purchase themes and I will give you access to those themes, you will see how fun it is playing around. अभी तो आपको बहुत normal सा लग रहा है कि we don't have a good theme. But tomorrow we will work with a real heavy theme. And it will be more fun and you will have a better idea of understanding. So these are appearances tab. And one thing I wanted to show you is on this is called the widgets, and it's called the sidebar widget. Appearance has one called menu, and there's another thing called widgets. And widgets is very important. Widgets is composed of a lot of widgets. The main two widgets that you want to look out for is called the sidebar and the footer. So let's look at the sidebar first. I deleted everything from the sidebar, but let's add something. Let's add a calendar. Let's add an image to the sidebar. And let's add a custom text to a sidebar. And this is test text. I'm just going to write some text here. I'm going to save this. I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to add a calendar. This is my test calendar, and I'm going to save this as well. And I'm going to save. Remember that each widget has to be saved. And this is an image. I'm going to add a small image, add to widget, and I'm going to say that test sidebar image heading to it. And it open a link, and let's just don't give it a link. Let's just put pound, save time. And I'm going to save this. So this is my sidebar. It's composed of 3 little widgets that's already over here. And I added them. I can either drag and drop them, or I can just click here and add them. Let's say for calendar, I can just click where do you want this widget to go. You want to go to the sidebar. If I click here, it will add it to the sidebar. But I always like dragging and dropping. Is more fun and it's easier. So I already saved this. So now let's go Amazon here and refresh this. So I have a sidebar which appears now with the elements I added. And this is very same to when I was showing you a website, test.bharatfm.com. And we were looking at the videos for it. The Q video, what was there? QT video, say test video. Okay, let's open this. And they had a sidebar. Here they came. They had one on the left side, and they have one on the right side. And this is a sidebar, and on their sidebar, they're just displaying 4 images with clickable links, and they're using these as advertisement banners. But this is a sidebar. And you can make a sidebar available only on some pages, not all pages. You can also do a setting that a sidebar is available only in post type of media, not on regular pages. We can define those settings. But this is a sidebar. And the other widget that you want is footer columns. So footer columns are something that appear over here. These are footer column 1, footer column 2, footer column 3. So these are columns, and let's add data to these footer columns. So let's say on footer column 1, widgets add here will fill on. So let's add an image on footer column 1, and let's add another image. This is we use this image too many times. So let's go to download, let's go to documents, let's go to Dark Army Studios, let's go to OpenMaven. Let's add a logo here. Let's add this crop logo. And I'm gonna do brand I'm just gonna type a sample. It's optional, but you can always type in a link. I'm just gonna leave it empty. And I'm gonna save it. And on footer column 2, I'm gonna probably add text. And this is something like address. I'm going to say that our company's web address is, so I'm going to do probably A for address, and let's say it is 1515 Bethel Road. And I'm going to say Columbus, Ohio 43220, and I'm going to do maybe our phone number. It is 614-918-7727, and I'm just gonna close this. And our email is training@openmaven.org, and I'm gonna click save this. And on footer column 3, I will actually add some pages or some posts, some pages. Here you go. page title, and these are our links. I'm going to name them extra links. And if you want to exclude any page, you have to use their page IDs. Page IDs are not their name, but their actual page IDs. If you go to all two pages, you open any one of these sample page, let's say, they will have a page ID registered to them. And this page ID is 2. It's called post, but this is a page ID. So let's go back and let's say about us. This has a page ID of post 14. So this will be the page ID. So if I enter this page ID here, this page will not be shown excluded from the list, but we don't want that. We want to display all those. I'm going to save this. Did I save the others? Yes. So we have a 4th column, and the 4th column is another image. And now, once you create a website, it's always good to leave your company's brand behind or your brand as a developer. And I always love to do that. In this way, people know who created this website. And I have one for my company that I use. It's called Dark Army Studios. And I created this called Powered by Dark Army Studios. I can help you create one. You can create on your own. And I like creating this powered by. And I always like to add a hyperlink here to my company's website. And I click save. And when someone clicks this images, it opens my company website. And let's see how it is visible on this page. Oh, sorry, not this sample page. So here you go. We have 4 columns at the end. We added the address. We added my brand image. We added some extra links. These are clickable links on the pages. And I added powered by. And if you look at here, this sample one, they had contact. They had about us, and all the professional websites have this kind of footer scenario. I can even show you my website, my own personal website. And I can show you another one, RoadDuck. These both websites belong to me. So let's open RoadDuck first. Let's go all the way to the bottom. इसके ऊपर हमने एक logo लगाया and the address right underneath it. So these are 2 widgets. I have one widget on top and one widget at the bottom. So in one column, I added 2 widgets. This is a map widget. This is another link widget, like the website link, but we named them services. And I named technology. And I put my logo here, and this is a clickable logo. Same thing with Dark Army Studios. We didn't use a logo here. We use a text field, and we named it about. We use 2 and 3, remaining 3 columns as links to different pages in our website. And we used another widget underneath the about by showing our social media icon. So what I'm trying to tell you is that on the first footer column where we created here, we can add another widget right underneath it, and we can add more details. But we're not going to do that for this one. But this is just to show you how these appearances work, how the appearance widget works. And a lot of the times on certain themes, a lot of the data that you see, for example, this phone number, there will be no option to edit this phone number unless you go to this appearance menu. This appearance widgets menu. You will see it somewhere over here. You will actually have to open each one of them and check them. Or you will actually have to go to customize in appearance. And you will see it somewhere over here. If I click on menu, idhar kidhar hoga phone ka option ke edit your phone number. For one of these, and the customization section is also a very important section. It contains a lot of settings, and one of them is the footer copyright. And this copyright line, what is referring to, is all the way at the bottom. And here, it is using an copy. Ye escape character hai HTML ka, and what this character does is allow you to use a C symbol, the copyright symbol. And an easy way to do is that, what is the HTML code for copyright symbol? And you can either Google will show it to you or yourself. This is the code, or you can open any website. And the best website to ask reference is called W3 Schools. It is a very good website for HTML help if you're not doing HTML coding. And I can search all the characters and their escape characters over here. and one is for copyright. And here we go. So this is the character, and this is how I can use it by copying in this code. And if I go here, I paste it here, it will allow me to paste it. And the year, this is more of an HTML JavaScript kind of scenario. And what this team did is grabbing the year, the current year, 2021. But if you don't want the current year, you can actually type it manually yourself, but you will end up changing the year every year for that client. But there's an easy way to get around it. This theme supports this element, and this is the theme build. So they're just using year, and then it's the theme word. This is just regular English. And what I will do is that I will actually make a thing saying that copyright open Maven bookstore do all rights. I'll probably keep it all rights reserved, and I can just do it powered by Dark Army Studios. Oop. I can publish this. Now, if I refresh this, and I have a very good copyright line, a very authentic, something real. And also, I'm referencing my company's name again just to get some marketing out of it. But these kind of options are available in customization option, in the appearance customization. And they have another thing, social, enable social icons on the header, enable social icons on the footer. So let's enable those. Let's say we want one for the Facebook. I can either enter my Facebook, actually let's enter real. Let's not use pound symbol anymore. Let's enter Facebook here. Let's enter Twitter ka hai, OpenMaven. Yep. I'm gonna close these. And we have a LinkedIn for OpenMaven as well. I think it's called. So I will actually put in my LinkedIn. Who cares? And that's it. I'm gonna publish it. So what I told the team was it had a built-in option to show social media icons on the header and the footer. And let's see how it looks. So on the top, I see this option, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, they're clickable. So if I click them, they open up a profile. It works. And the same thing at the bottom, you see this, but these are theme built-in features. We cannot define how they look. This is how the theme shows them. On the top, it's just showing small icons. And at the footer part is displaying actually the whole word with the icon. So if I were to open the Twitter account, it will open the OpenMaven Twitter account. And these options can be either found in the theme option folder or in appearance and going to customization. And you will actually have to search these options aggressively in customizing. Open each one of them and see what it is and what you can change and what you can customize. And as a developer, you should actually see all these options. You should review them one time before doing anything. Buttons, do you want to change the color of the buttons, the schemes here? So there's a lot of other options. I'm going to see there's a theme. Is there a theme option? No, there isn't. But yeah, any questions so far with the widgets, with the customization, with the footer column? Because I think I'm going to stop today. We spent 1.5 hours. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. किसी चीज की ना समझ आई हो तो प्लीज बताएं. So yeah, I think if no questions, Rubaisha and Umaira, I think you're the only two people remaining in the group. So हम आज का lecture बंद करते हैं, and if you guys should work on the menu of your page, try to do as many pages as you can just to test it out using Elementor. Go to different websites, the website that you like, and Google like some excellent made WordPress sites and try to see if you can copy their data. And or you can just go to the website I gave you and try to see that if you can copy other pages on that website. And the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. And at the end of the day is that the more you practice, the good you're at it. And if you guys are picking it up in 40 minutes and an hour, you guys are doing better than I was. So yeah, let's end today's session. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Google Classroom or on the WhatsApp group. Allah Hafiz, everyone.